Now on Coast TV News.
New comments from Brian Shoup and Roni Baltazar Lopez as we are less than a week away from the election. And it's the final day to early vote in Maryland. Everything you need to know if you're looking to head to the polls before November 5th.
This is Coast TV News Midday.
Good morning and thank you for joining us. I'm Elisa Weber and welcome to Coast TV News Midday. Happening today, it's the final day to early vote in Maryland, and according to NBC News, over 1.3 million mail-in and early ballots have already been cast in that state. Early voting sites opened at 7 this morning and will close tonight at 8. In Worcester County, there's only one site, the Powell Convention Center, and a full list of Eastern Shore early voting locations can be found on coasttv.com and on our mobile app. And this morning, a Milford man and a Milford woman are facing felony charges for a burglary. This was at a house on Southeast 2nd Street, and you can see that general area on your screen right now. Officers found a broken window and found two people inside. 56-year-old Eddie Roundtree and 52-year-old Yvonne Pickle were arrested. A knife and drug paraphernalia were found at the time, and both were committed to the Department of Corrections. And we're going to take a live look outside into Dover right now, and our first alert meteorologist, Bob Trey, he joins us. Bob, it's a warm Halloween. I'm shocked. When I was younger, I felt like it was always cold on Halloween.
That is true, Elisa. Don't have to bundle up this Halloween. As a matter of fact, we are looking at maybe the warmest Halloween in about 5 years. So happy Halloween to everybody. And look at the temperatures already shooting up through the 70s, up to 77 in Milton, Del Mar, and Salisbury at 74. The same for Bethany Beach and Rehoboth, as we've got a southwest breeze right now that continues to usher in that warmer air. And winds are gusting over 20 miles per hour at times. So as we go into the afternoon, that fire danger will be elevated. We really have to be careful for that. Otherwise, on the visible satellite picture, it is all clear as we have high pressure, warm high pressure building in with sinking air, and that's going to warm us up with a southwesterly flow and lots of sunshine. There is a front well to our west. Unfortunately, the moisture is going to weaken with that as it moves in tomorrow. But today, it's a warm Halloween, upper 70s at noon, low to mid 70s at the beaches, and then by 2 o'clock, kids are getting off the buses excited to put on the costumes. 80 in Millsboro, Selbyville, and Long Neck with 70s at the coast. And then we go into this evening for trick-or-treating, and we're looking at very mild conditions, temperatures into the 70s and then the 60s. So near record highs this afternoon with the gusty winds. And then for trick-or-treating time, we're falling from the 70s into the 60s. Very comfortable conditions. More on the Scarecast for the trick-or-treaters coming up, and a slight chance of rain for Friday, but it looks like the drought continues. Much more on that and your weekend forecast coming up a little bit later in the newscast.
Thank you, Bob, and it's time to get out your costume and indulge in some sweet treats. Communities in Delaware and Maryland will host trick-or-treating events this evening. According to Del Mar, Maryland, those hours are from 6 p.m. to 8 p.m. In Berlin, they will run from 5 to 7 p.m. Salisbury officials say their hours are from 5 p.m. to 8 p.m. And Snow Hill will echo those hours as well. In Delaware, Greenwood will hold a trunk-or-treat at United Methodist Church from 6 to 8 p.m. Millsboro Halloween night out runs from 6 to 8 at the Town Hall, and you can grab your candy in Bridgeville and Lewis from 6 to 8 p.m. And new this morning, District 36 in Sussex County includes Lincoln, Ellendale, and the southern half of Milford and Slaughter Beach. Running for re-election is Brian Shoup, the Republican candidate who has been in this seat since 2018. Against the Democrat candidate, Roni Baltazar Lopez, who is the youngest and first Latino member to ever be elected to the Milford School District Board. Campaign funding has been a big issue in this race.
The same narrative that the developers have of why I'm against development, and that's because, it's in my backyard. And I know that he's working with the developers because it's that same narrative continued again. And the real reason I'm against this development is because these developers not only have abused our neighbors in the past, and I've helped them.
My values are unwavering, and if Representative Shoup wants to attack me on those merits, then he should do something about holding developers accountable instead of trying to attack me on something that I'm not the representative for.
Earlier this month, the candidates held a town hall where they addressed voters' questions about their campaigns, persuading voters with less than a week before the election. And if you plan on watching the Today Show on Friday 1st, we want to warn you about a graphic campaign related to an abortion that will air. Under law, TV stations are required to air ads for federally qualified candidates without censorship, so please be aware of this. And coming up this week on Coastal Connection, one of our Lewis heroes. On a sad anniversary, we will look at the pride brought to Delaware coast as the 1960s space race was heating up.
Hi, I'm Kim Hoey Stevenson, candidate for Delaware's 6th Senate District. I'm running to be a voice for our community and put people over politics. I'm committed to working in a bipartisan way to protect our open spaces, elevate our education system, and ensure government transparency. From clean water and fresh air to quality education and a thriving economy, we all want the best for coastal Sussex. I'm ready to work hard to make it happen. On Election Day, vote Kim Hoey Stevenson. Let's build a brighter future for coastal Sussex together. Paid for by friends for Kim Hoey Stevenson.
Introducing the future of crawl space restoration. DryTech is joining the teams of Delaware Crawl Space and Guardian Crawl Space. 3 trusted companies in the industry are coming together to serve you better, serving a larger area across Delmarva. Independently, with over 40 years of experience in environmental health and construction, our team provides exceptional crawl space solutions.
Dave and I have been blessed to call this place home our entire lives. We love serving the people of this community.
And we're here for your next crawl space project. Have you DryTech yet?
With more than 25 years of surgical expertise, Dr. Julie Berry is now accepting new patients at Tidal Health Ear, Nose, and Throat Surgery. Dr. Berry offers specialized care for a wide range of general ear, nose, and throat disorders. Whether you're dealing with chronic sinus issues or require advanced surgical intervention, Dr. Berry is here to provide expert care tailored to your specific needs. Discover the difference that expert care can make. Schedule your appointment today.
Behind every champion, there's a force that never wavers. It's the voice that whispers, keep going, when the world says, give up. At County Bank, we're more than just a bank. We're your unwavering support, like a coach who sees your potential, like a parent who believes in your dreams. We're here to help you reach for greatness, because your success is our success. County Bank, supporting champions in life every day. County Bank, member FDIC.
Exterior home remodeling can be a stressful and time-consuming process, but it doesn't have to be.
With Advance, all it takes is one call to take care of it all.
Whether it's building your outdoor dream deck or updating your home's windows or siding, we provide quality craftsmanship for all of your home remodeling needs. Our experienced consultants will ease you through the process from the initial phone call to installation, so you can find a look you'll love for years to come.
Don't chance it, advance it.
There's a stretch of Route 9 in Lewis called Freeman Highway. You may know the road, but maybe not the story behind it. In today's Coastal Connections, we look at the 60th anniversary of the death of Ted Freeman. And as Matt Pensick shows us, he's one of our locals who almost became one of the few to walk on the moon.
3, 2, 1, 0. All engine running. Liftoff. We have a liftoff. 32 minutes past the hour.
July 16th, 1969, Apollo 11 blasted off from Cape Kennedy in Florida, beginning one of the greatest journeys in all of history.
There is really nothing to say about it. What can you say about a site like that?
The moon landing 9 days later was the first of 6 such missions. Only 12 astronauts have walked on the moon. One very well could have been Lewis's Ted Freeman.
That was definitely the pathway. That was what his passage was to step on the moon.
There was an interview that Michael Cassatt did with Deke Slate, and he had asked him, if Freeman had not perished, would he have been selected for a flight? And there seemed to be the feeling, at least on his part, that he would have been named to an early flight, perhaps on Gemini, because he was one of the best and most skilled pilots in his class.
On October 31st, 1964, Freeman's pilot skills could not overcome a fluke encounter with a flock of geese. While flying in a T-38 Talon on his way to NASA's Houston Space Center, where Freeman was based, the jet hit the flock.
He had to make a decision about whether or not to eject, and he ejected too late, is what they concluded at that point. He died immediately upon impact. He was the first astronaut to perish. There was always this feeling that someone might die trying to get to the moon. But nobody thought it would be in an aircraft just outside of Ellington Air Force Base.
Freeman's death was a shock to the astronaut community and his family and friends in Lewis.
It was a terrible, terrible blow because we had been aware that he was being pointed out for great things.
Freeman's calling to the skies had its start near the waters of the Delaware coast.
We knew that he was interested in flying and would be down at the airport quite often. But he was just known really as quite a nice young man.
In 1963, nearly 10 years after serving as an Air Force pilot, Freeman was introduced to a nation with space fever as part of the third ever astronaut class.
Captain Ted Freeman of the Air Force, stationed at Edwards Air Force Base, hometown Lewis, Delaware.
People are extremely interested. We don't have a lot of astronauts by that point. The term astronaut is a really special term. When people say that word, you know, it's almost magical when you think about who this person is and what they're going to do.
Freeman died before Gemini's first manned mission. He died before man landed on the moon. And here in Lewis, his name lives on.
I think we're privileged to live in the era when man will do that of which he has dreamed for generations, for centuries even. It will be a privilege to take part in any capacity, particularly as a pilot.
Neil Armstrong, Buzz Aldrin, and it could have easily been Ted Freeman, a name lost in astronaut history, but memorialized forever in the first state. For CoastTV News, I'm Matt Pensick.
This morning's weather forecast courtesy of Baths by Spicer Brothers, a Delmarva tradition for over 20 years.
Welcome to the brand new Baths by Spicer Brothers showroom. Experience the future of bathroom remodeling. Baths by Spicer Brothers is Delmarva's exclusive BCI Elite dealer, offering more selections, styles, and colors, including options like the laser etched tile pattern system. Made in the USA, built for beauty and performance, our baths are durable, mold resistant, and guaranteed for life.
With no money down, no interest, and no payments until 2026, you have no reason to wait.
Call Baths by Spicer Brothers today because you deserve the best.
In Washington, they talk, but in Delaware, Sarah delivers.
Sarah McBride helped raise the minimum wage.
She got paid leave for workers.
She got Democrats and Republicans to work together.
We're all in for Sarah.
Carpenters, bus drivers,
nurses,
sheet metal workers.
Sarah sees us.
And she respects us.
I'm Sarah McBride. I approve this message because anyone who works hard should be able to make ends meet. That's why I'm running for Congress.
We'll do the whole carpet in the whole house for $5.
Wait.
You didn't even know how to do this. I thought you did.
We are family owned and operated, but I don't think either of you are ready to install yet. At Matt the Carpet Guy, we have the best vinyl plank and carpet in stock, bringing our showroom to you so you can feel confident in the carpet you choose. Matt the Carpet Guy in Selbyville and Salisbury, flooring done right.
Hello everyone, my name is Emma Ludwicki. I'm Paige Ludwicki. And our stepdad, Mike Simpler, is running for the 14th District State Representative of Delaware. We believe that Mike will help to preserve the coastal Sussex County we all know and love.
Mike has always been the kind of person who puts others first.
He's tirelessly served as president of the fire department.
He understands the real issues people face here, and he's got practical ideas to help solve them. He's not just a great stepdad, he's one of the best people I know. Join us in supporting Mike Simpler for State Representative of the 14th District. Thank you.
As America decides its future, Coast TV brings you the latest updates and results on the key races shaping our community. Decision 2024, November 5th on Coast TV, coasttv.com, and the Coast TV News app.
At Inside Edition, we don't just report the news.
There it is.
We go where the news happens.
The miracle.
Inside Edition.
Today at 5:30 on Coast TV.
Hard to believe, not a drop of rain for the month of October, or at least measurable rain for October. We did get a few drops of rain last week, but nothing measurable. And you can see it on the landscape on the Tyndall's Casual Furniture camera. It's so brown out there. We are seeing some brilliant colors with the fall foliage, but very, very dry as that fire danger is still elevated. 74 in Laurel right now, warming up to near 80 degrees later this afternoon. It's going to be one of the warmer Halloweens, one of the warmest ones since 2019. Since 1945 in Georgetown, here are all the warm Halloweens. 81 in 1946, 1950. And a few years ago in 2019, we hit 80 in 2004, and then 78 in 1961, 96, and 2009. I'm forecasting 81 today, and that would tie the record for the date from back in 1946. If Georgetown hits 82, then we're seeing a new record high. It's looking good for the Ghosts and Goblins this evening. They can show off the costumes. No need to bundle up with temperatures in the 70s and then falling into the 60s later this evening, and it will be breezy as well. And our streak continues now 34 consecutive days without measurable rain at Georgetown. The record is 34, and that was set back in 2001, and we are going to topple that tomorrow. You can see we're tied with 2001, 34 days. And then tomorrow we will move into first place, sole possession of first place, so to speak, as we move into day 35 with no rain. It's mild out there, too, with the blue skies. 75 in Bethany Beach and Rehoboth and Georgetown, 75 in Del Mar, Seaford, 74. Beautiful Halloween. We are seeing southwest winds, and that continues to dry us out even more. That's why we have the elevated fire danger. In some places, the winds gusting over 20 miles per hour. So we're seeing lots of blue skies out there right now, all across Del Mar and the Mid-Atlantic and the Northeast as well. So it's a very quiet Halloween up and down the East Coast. But we've got high pressure, warm high pressure with sinking air. It's getting compressed, and that's why it's so warm for us. There is a cold front back across the Midwest with a line of showers and some storms. It was severe, but this is beginning to weaken as it runs into dry air. And by the time it gets to us tomorrow, it'll probably be just some clouds and maybe a sprinkle with the front and a wind shift. Here's Futurecast this afternoon, upper 70s at noon, and then 3:30, the kids are off the bus getting their costumes on for Halloween, and it's warm. Upper 70s and lower 80s inland, even 80 around Rehoboth, and then trick-or-treating time. It's breezy, it's mild in the 70s with some clouds. And then after trick-or-treating, still mild through the overnight into Friday morning, only into the 60s. It's breezy and mild tomorrow. Then that cold front comes through, maybe a sprinkle, not expecting measurable rain with a high around 80 degrees. And then it starts to clear out Friday evening. The winds start to turn in out of the north, and it gets chilly as we go into Saturday morning, beginning in the 40s and 50s with a northerly wind. And by the afternoon, we're only into the 60s. Some places not getting out of the 50s as it does get pretty chilly and dry into the weekend. But we are concerned about the gusty winds and the elevated fire danger. That wind 20 to 30 miles per hour this afternoon into tonight and Friday morning as well. Then those winds shift to the northwest as we go into Saturday. Still kind of gusty, and that will bring in the cooler weather as we're looking at a dry Sunday and a cool Monday. And then it does start to warm up Tuesday, Election Day. At this point, it does look dry for the voting. Forecast this afternoon, 81, mostly sunny, scary warm, then 64 tonight, partly cloudy, breezy, and mild, and then 80 for your Friday as winds turn to the west. Paul Davis, 7-day forecast, cooling down into the 60s for highs this weekend, mostly sunny. Clocks go back 1 hour Sunday morning as daylight saving time ends. A good time to check the batteries in the smoke detector and CO detectors, and then warming up for Election Day up to 78 with a mix of sun and clouds. In case you missed it earlier, our umbrella winner is Edward Falk from Millsboro. Congratulations to Edward. Maybe one of these days he can use his new umbrella, courtesy of Paul Davis and Coast TV.
Thank you, Bob. And coming up today on DSN at 5:30, it's high school football Scoops and Scores pregame show, followed by Bayside Conference football when Kent Island takes on Queen Anne's. Then at 11 p.m., stay tuned for the final score. On DSN Plus at 4 p.m. only on the app can you watch Stephen Decatur take on Parkside in football. And at 6, it's Kent Island and Queen's Anne game.
Happy Halloween, everybody. The day is here. We have a spooky show for you. Here's what's coming up today at 4.
Well, we want to see your Halloween costumes, of course, so send us your pics, show them off, and we'll put them up on the screen for everyone to see.
That's right. And, of course, even though it's a holiday, doesn't mean we are skipping out on our Spill the Tea. Today, though, we just have a spooky Halloween-themed Spill the Tea.
Yes, and if maybe you want to keep the kids having fun but a little less sugary, we've got some games to play, of course, that'll end your Halloween night on a fun note.
All that and more is happening today at 4 on Coast Life.
As a math teacher, Matt Meyer knows that Delaware's tax system isn't adding up. So he has a plan to fix it. Give middle-class families a tax cut, invest in schools, and lower costs. But Mike Ramone's plan gives tax breaks to the ultra-rich, which could cut education by nearly $175 million. Matt Meyer knows these numbers don't add up. He'll make state taxes fair so families can get ahead. Vote Matt Meyer for governor.
How many bottles of water do you drink every day? Wish you could get an endless supply of bottle-quality water right at your sink? You can with Shore Water Refining. For about $2 a day, you'll never need to buy another bottle of water. Our reverse osmosis system will take up less room than one case and save you time and money. And as a bonus, we'll install an emergency shut-off valve under your sink to protect you while you're away. Absolutely free. Call or visit us online at shorewaterde.com today to get started.
Imagine a home that truly reflects your unique style and sophistication. Welcome to Bay to Beach Builders. Step into the brand new Idea Home and Design Studio in Greenwood, where your dream home takes shape. Select every style, every color, and every detail. Our design specialists will guide you through every step. Experience the unmatched quality of Amish craftsmanship, blended seamlessly with modern design. And the best part, our homes are surprisingly affordable, starting at under $200,000. Bay to Beach Builders. Imagine your home. Create your space. Live your life.
Chesapeake Healthcare welcomes new adult medicine doctors to their team. Dr. Mitchell Gittleman and his associates are accepting new patients at their office at Winter Place Parkway in Salisbury. Chesapeake Healthcare also expanded their adult medicine team to accept new patients in Pocomoke and their office in Berlin. Together, Chesapeake Healthcare offers an expansive team of adult medicine doctors and practitioners across the Lower Shore in Salisbury, Princess Anne, Berlin, and Pocomoke. Call the office near you today to schedule your appointment.
Don't let other water heating services pressure you into making unnecessary fixes. Let the experts at Paradise Plumbing guide you.
We are locally owned and operated with over 20 years of experience to help you identify the solution that will best fit your needs. Get your hot water flowing fast with a quick recovery heater from Rheem, in stock and ready to install for under $2,000. Pay nothing for 30 days or take advantage of our Pay Today discount. Call Paradise Plumbing today or visit us online at paradiseplumbingde.com.
The only BMX track here in Delaware is going to stay. The city of Milford approved a 5-year lease with First State BMX. The nonprofit located behind the high school has more than 200 members and has many races throughout the year. Riders on the big track range from 3-year-olds to people in their mid-60s. CoastTV will be right back.
My dad, Mike Ramone, is a different kind of public servant. I know what you're thinking. Yeah, right. But I know from my own experience how much he cares about everyone. He's a great father and grandfather. You can see how much their futures matter to him. And he has the same passion for your kids' future. He's focused on fixing our schools and getting teachers and students the resources they need. What I can promise is he'll be a great governor for all of Delaware.
Septic system issues can lead to backups in your home and costly repairs if not addressed immediately. When buying or selling a property, a septic inspection goes hand in hand. A septic system in good working order is important for the property's value and the occupant's health.
At Pam Price and Associates, we have trusted McMullen Septic Service for our Delaware inspections for over 18 years.
For over 70 years, people have trusted McMullen Septic Service for all their septic needs. Because your business is our business.
If you know a high school student on Delmarva with a passion for agriculture or the culinary arts,
nominate them to become a WBOC Mount Air Farm to Table Scholarship winner.
The people who grow and prepare our food are more important than ever.
We are looking for 10 graduating seniors with a passion for feeding the world like we do at Mount Air Farms.
Nominees must have a 3.5 GPA or better, be an active participant in farming or culinary programs, and spend time giving back to the community.
Go to WBOC.com to nominate today.
A wet crawl space is a lurking hazard, inviting mold, rot, and structural worries. The answer is Brazier's Crawl Space Encapsulation. Our specialist tailors the solution to your exact crawl space. Our expert team cleans and upgrades your crawl space into a pristine, protected environment, and we only use April Air dehumidifiers, reliable and robust, complete with a 5-year warranty. Take the first step to a drier, safer home. Call Brazier's or visit our website. Your peace of mind is just one call away.
At Delmarva Roofing and Coating, we believe in longevity. Since our start in 1988 and 10 million square feet of roofing later, we've gained the experience to solve your roofing problems. We combine those years of knowledge with cutting-edge technology to guide you through every project phase, inspection, maintenance, or installation. You can count on us to safeguard your investment with a reliable roof and service after the sale. Serving Delmarva for over 3 decades, Delmarva Roofing and Coating, above all, a good roof.
Today we will have another dry day here on Delmarva, and it is actually day 34 without measurable rain, and it's been 15 days since the Delaware State Fire Marshal issued a burn ban. The colorful leaves on the ground and the dry crops can easily become a brush fire with one wrong move. That's why the Assistant State Fire Marshal says not to take this burn ban lightly.
We don't put burn bans in that often, and it's just really necessary at this point.
He says the dry conditions can turn a 1 acre fire into anywhere from 10 to 100 acres. Until there is rain, there are no plans to lift the burn ban.
And unfortunately, really no substantial rain in our future. We're looking at a beautiful Halloween on the Spicer Brothers camp. 74 in Salisbury. You're heading to near record highs, near 80 degrees for our Halloween, and great conditions for the trick-or-treaters this evening. Slight chance of rain Friday, then cooler for the upcoming weekend. Remember, another way to get your forecast is the Coast TV First Alert weather phone. Call 443-880-9100. Sponsored by Baird, Mandalis, Brockstead, and Federico. Your 10-day forecast is next.
At the Delmarva Design Center, appliances, cabinetry, countertops, tile, and flooring come together in one showroom. We have specialists in each division like myself in cabinetry to ensure that you have the best product to fit your needs. And your selection fits seamlessly with every element of your project.
It was very important to find somebody that was knowledgeable in the whole picture, the cabinetry, the appliances, and the countertop. We are delighted with the outcome.
Delmarva Design Center. Great design starts with great inspiration. Selbyville, Delaware.
PG County's full of corrupt politicians. Then there's Angela Alsobrooks, a tax cheat for over a decade, skipped out on paying her bills. Now an investigative report shows Alsobrooks operated in a legal rental property for 10 years. Did Alsobrooks pay any taxes on her off-the-books slumlord scheme? What do you think? Prove it, Angela. Maryland deserves better. Maryland's future is responsible for the content of this advertising.
Just because we're dentists doesn't mean we don't love the sweet stuff too. So go ahead, indulge a little.
Remember to brush and floss.
And get regular checkups. At Delmarva Dental Services, open 6 days a week with convenient evening and Saturday hours.
Look around, Delmarva. Have you noticed what everyone has been upgrading their homes with? That's right, our aluminum shingles. Whether on the farm or on the water, our metal shingles are made to withstand the dynamic weather patterns here on the shore. Our aluminum shingles have been tested for winds up to 200 miles per hour, can save you up to 40% on energy bills, and we guarantee them for life. Find out why hundreds of homeowners on Delmarva are making the switch. Call Delmarva Metal Roofing today.
Fall into planning at Bellaterra Garden Center. Autumn is the perfect time of year for planting. Come check out our locally sourced collection of trees and shrubs of all shapes and sizes. Did you know that Bellaterra is open 7 days a week? Join our garden club for big savings and first access to all sale promotions. Stocked with the smallest succulents to the tallest of trees, Bellaterra Garden Center is here for all your gardening needs. Like us on Facebook and follow us on Instagram. Located right off Route 16 in Ellendale.
As I get older, I was getting a little off balance. Got recommendations for baths by Spicer Brothers. I love my shower. It's perfect for me. My favorite part was probably how quick and easy it was. They came in the morning and they were done by afternoon. I definitely wanted the grab bars. They also put the seat in, which was very nice. The wand is good, especially if you're sitting. So much safer to get in and out of now. It seems like my showers are quicker that way. So it's perfect.
We're looking at near record warmth for your Halloween afternoon, around 80 degrees. 81 would tie the record, and then very warm for the trick-or-treaters this evening, and it will be breezy as well. We're starting out in the 70s this evening for the ghosts and goblins, and then cooling into the 60s. Paul Davis 10-day forecast. 80 tomorrow, maybe a slight chance of a shower with a cold front. Colder 60s for the weekend. Clocks go back 1 hour Sunday morning, and then warm up again next week. 78 for Election Day, close to 80 Wednesday, then cooling down and still dry for the next 10 days.
Thank you, Bob, and thank you for joining us here for Coast TV News Midday. And for more news and local weather, download our Coast TV News app. Don't forget to join us for Coast TV News at 5 later this afternoon, and have a great day.